hope you catch your feelings. What she got me catching feelings. I hate you catching feelings. What she got me catching feelings.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Trix. Today we're going to be doing another Java video. Sorry if the video seems a bit choppy. Laptop is basically, what's the right word? The fans have kicked up so much that I'm pretty sure I'm putting it under like significant load when all it's doing is loading up two browsers, the browser, terminal and OBS. So hopefully it's not that bad and you guys can hear me okay. But yeah, if the video looks like it's out of sync or it seems very choppy, it's because my laptop is turning into a potato as the years go by. It's got a 1650 in there and an Intel Core i9, I think. Actually, I can check that. i5 is a 9300H at 4.1 gigahertz, so not too shabby, but it is considerably bad, all things considered. But yeah, eventually I will upgrade this setup, not the monitors obviously, or the keyboard. This keyboard is wonderful, but I am thinking of getting a tower. Just because if I am streaming, this is very painful that every time I'm streaming, it puts a ton of load on the laptop. It kicks up the fan so much, but it's barely handling it. Like, if I do a H top, what's it sitting at right now? Top? CPU is at 44, that's fine. So it's only used 4 gigs. Interesting. Ooh, is it because I'm using display link? That might be why. OBS is loading a lot of browser things though. Oh, that's because of all of my Streamlabs stuff. Stream Element stuff, sorry. Because like my overlays and stuff are all different web overlays, so that explains all of the browser pages. I'm genuinely thinking of switching to a full AMD build though. It's unfortunate. Anyway, we're going to be doing gRPC with Akka, and we'll see how we get on. If I cough during this video, I apologize. This live stream, I apologize. I'm still a bit under the weather. And instead of tea, I have water, which is great, isn't it? So, I'm hoping this will hold me over. But I will be very happy when I am no longer ill. Anyway, let's get started. I'm just going to move this to about there, because you guys should be able to still hear me. There we go. Here's a toolkit for building streaming gRPC servers and clients on top of Extreme. I do not want to do Scala. Just so people know, even though I said Java 8, I have been using it on Java 17 and it seems fine compared to like Spring, Akka, and what's it called? Akka, and this is Play. So all of Play seems fine on Java 17. No, wait, I'm on Java 19, aren't I? Yeah, I'm on Java 19. So you can use Java 8 fine, but Java 19 does, for the most part, work okay. I haven't run into any issues so far, which is very interesting. Out. If anybody wonders why I'm using unzip instead of untar or tar-xzvf, I think. Just because unzip, you just say unzip and it just does it to a folder. Just like it a little better. If there was a tar file, I would use tar or untar. Just, it's a little easier. There we go. I don't particularly like SBT or Maven, just because in comparison to Gradle, SBT seems very slow, and Maven is very verbose. SBT and Gradle are probably the most similar in terms of verbosity, like the actual language paradigms, whereas Maven is all just an XML file. Obviously, just up to preference, I would go with Gradle, or if you're, I would say Gradle or SBT. For configuration, I feel Gradle and SBT are very similar, so you can switch between them very easily. What's wrong with this? Ooh. Maybe SBT will be a bit better. Oh. It's U plus X, isn't it? Yeah. SBT and dist bin SBT. Let's try SBT compile. I really don't want to use Maven. Nice. I'm just gonna wrap this. Sorry. Cool. Okay, so if I run, oh no, didn't mean that, I meant this, there we go. Should spawn here. Nice. Let me switch over to, I prefer this way. There we are. And then sorry. So I'm guessing the output should show up in the client. Yeah. Nice. This is inside Greek server, so I'll just exit this for now. I'll respawn it if I need it again. Okay. So they are using HTTP requests. Ooh, they're using Akka's one, so they're not using the inbuilt Java one. Interesting. I wonder what the difference is. For context, lots of libraries like re-implement a specific like networking, I want to call it module or package inside of Java, because either the Java one does something different, or they like tack on some more things to make it more usable, unique for their use case. Prime example of that would be this one, Akka, and then like Netty. What else? Actually, this might be built upon Netty. I can check actually. Play nature. Let me see. It looks like it might be. Yeah. Oh, so it's handling the certificate. Okay. I'm wondering if that's just unique to this so that you see how it's done, or if you have to define this yourself every time. Because it seems very verbose if you need to define the type of certificates you'll be accepting on your HTTP request. On a HTTP request to your server. What about in server implementation? Yeah, it's just using a stream. Cool. That's using a builder. What's hello reply? Ah, okay. Okay. Is it using a gRPC channel? Okay. I'm guessing the gRPC channel is just a channel built upon like NetEase socket channel. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, it handles partial reads. Interesting. I still haven't seen hello reply. I wonder where that is. Here we are. Oh, it's just a class file. For context, in like IntelliJ you can read a class file. That sucks. Okay. I was looking forward to seeing what that was doing. Again, this isn't a dig at the Play framework, it's just because of the IDE I'm using. If you're using a normal IDE, you'll be fine. It's just because the tooling on, I want to say Vim, isn't built for IntelliJ, so like looking into class files and stuff. It's not what it's built for, it's just for opening files, editing them, and getting out quickly. You can build that in, but it's very tailored to Java. It's more like a Java thing of, oh, you want to see how something's working, let's have a look at the class files of that module to see how it works. So no. Okay. Interesting. Nice. I didn't know there was a before class annotation. I thought it was only before each or before all. I didn't know there was a before class. Interesting. So I'm guessing before any... I'm guessing this will be that before any methods are called on this class, do this. Or it would either be before this actual test class runs, do that. Nice. Oh, they use a utility, okay. As this one goes, I think it's pretty good. I got it running, which is better than what happened when I was doing Spring. Although it wasn't working on Gradle, I did not test Maven, so I'm not going to count Maven. It wasn't working on Gradle, probably because I'm running a different version of Java, but it's still running even with SBT, so gotta give it props. I would say this was pretty good. I would have preferred if they went more in depth in, oh, this is what this does, this is what that does. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like because I know, like, okay, cool, they use it and they're building their, like, HTTP request and, like, server stuff on top of Netty. It would be interesting to see why they've done it this way, what their reasons for doing it like this, what benefits are there to putting this stuff on top of Netty instead of just using Netty outright, stuff like that. Because literally, like because they were able to build this on top of Netty, you could re-implement this with pure Netty anyway. It is interesting though. Again, I do feel like it's very hand-holdy, that it gives you information, but it's not actually like getting you to do anything, which is one knock on this that I will say is like I don't particularly enjoy it, but I understand that because lots of people will be coming to this with fresh eyes, they won't know what they're doing. But just like giving it to someone and being like, okay, cool, this is this, fair, but I don't have any investment in this because I haven't like had to do anything myself. Like at least with Spring, you could just download the whole thing and run it, or you could follow each step and like build upon it yourself, which I appreciated. With this, it's like, okay, cool, we've got all these things, but it doesn't give you steps to like build it yourself. It's just, okay, cool, start with downloading this and then just look through it. Content wise, the thing is pretty good. Again, I do feel like it's kind of weird that their only thing about, oh yeah, try doing something with this, isn't like try building this up on this thing on top of this. It's okay, try to test the streaming side so that you have an open socket that you would need to retrieve information from, which is fair because you'll learn more about like when data is actually being sent over the wire, and like making sure that it's closed, making sure that you received all the information, what happens if it's like a slow connection, fast connection, making sure that the connection's finished, stuff like that. But it would have been nice if it was like, okay, cool, try to think about this type of test, and then it's like, oh, if you get stuck, here are like things that you can look into instead of do these. Here's one resource that can help you, and then in that resource is literally just telling you the type of test that you can run, or the type of test that you can profile. And the only reason I'm bringing up like, oh, you could do this, you could do that, is because it's literally like, okay, cool, convert this to a future, from this future, get it within 3 seconds, otherwise timeout. Which is basically like, okay, too fast, too slow, and you can set the timer and like how fast it will go with your under test. So other than that, I do think it's pretty good. I haven't seen anything yet that really piques my interest about Akka and Play. The last one with the clusters was interesting, just because like most clustering software and clustering like applications don't really show you under the hood how it's working. Like if you look at OpenStack, which is not really clustering but orchestration, that's very like graphical. You need to do it through either CLI or you do it through a website interface, like a GUI, to sort out how you're going to orchestrate your framework, right? So I'm not aware of if you are able to like programmatically set that other than like through command line. And then there's something like, I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a specific piece of software that I do not particularly enjoy that starts with a H that does something similar. That's enough information for anybody to piece this together. Okay, that does something similar where you can run it in like a Docker container, and they do ship a Docker container, and they have some software built on top of it for better data inspection, let's say, and data modeling. And I don't believe I've seen any under. Oh, I was gonna Google it, but then I was like, I already slacked them off. I can't do that on stream. But there is that. I'm not aware of if they do have a Java client, but I'm not aware of if they go into this amount of detail with like orchestration of, not orchestration, but of clustering nodes together. In any examples, I have seen it for Akka at least. And then with this one now, where it's doing HTTP requests and responses for making a server and a client, pretty cool. I would have been more interested in if they were to show you like how they built on top of Netty and why they've added these features on top of Netty, and instead of just using base Netty to do these things. But I think it's pretty good. I would recommend this one to people. I feel like for Play in general, I would recommend the clustering one more, just because I feel like the clustering one touches a lot more, but isn't as, what's the word? I found it like a very similar theme that Play doesn't. Their tutorials aren't very in-depth in what you're doing. It just shows you what it does and then gives you like a brief explanation. I'd rather have more like substantial information to, okay, cool, why does it do it this way? What is it doing under the hood? I keep comparing it to like the Spring framework, because you can do the same thing in Spring if you wanted to. Clustering I haven't seen in Spring, but this client-server model you can do in Spring very easily. You can do it with their microservices. So, yeah, that's my only gripe. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. Anyway, next time we are going to be doing HTTP Quickstart, and this has a lot more pages. So I'm hoping it'll be a lot more interesting. I'm very conscious that I'm not sure if I've already done this gRPC one or not. I'm just gonna hope I haven't done it before, and then we're gonna move on. So 5 tutorials left on Akka. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.